Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking about the 1991D penny, and we'll be going over the ones that are super valuable. Well, some of these might just be worth a few dollars compared to their regular counterpart that's worth 1 cent because of the varieties that are found on them, where if you look really closely, you might be able to find something good. There's also potential for conditional rarity or for some mint errors, and we'll be covering those as well. But can't wait to explain it all to you. There's one that's really, really rare. The fourth double die reverse we'll be covering, so let's get into it. So let's get right into the video. We're just going to briefly go over some of the basics. This is a zinc planchet coin, so 1982 and on, they were producing zinc planchet coins that are not, worth anything over 1 cent due to the metal value. It should be 2.5 grams, so if you got a heavier one, that would be an error that's worth looking into. And Lincoln was the first U.S. person to be featured on a coin of a circulating design, so they've kept his image the same since 1909 on the penny. There were over 4 billion of these made, so they're not going to be super rare, but collectors still will pay up for really high grade examples. You really want to make sure you're going to get to mint state 68 before it's worth certifying the coins, where they can be sold around $55. Mint state 68 plus is $250. Mint state 69 goes all the way to $3,000, but these need to be just gorgeous coins, massive booming luster with almost no hits anywhere on the coin, just to cover the expense of sending the coin in to get graded. Now, in terms of some of the rare die varieties, the first one is the least exciting. It's really challenging to see. You can see a tiny notch in the ends there. I don't even see it on the A and the M. The E, the N is visible, but it's just a really small notch down on the back of the coin. If you have one of these and it's clearly attributed, you can expect to get, between $2 and $10. And that's nice because a mint state 65 coin, is really worth 1 cent if it's 1991D. So that's good. These are going to get better, and the last one is going to be the expensive one. But here we see a double die reverse where it just looks like there's an extra column sort of splitting off slightly, and it's not the most attractive error, but having the just that clear slight extra column is something of interest and might command similar values to the last variety. This, I think, is a lot cooler. These are clearer, full columns that seem to have been doubled both on the left and right side of the Lincoln Memorial. And again, similar valuation there, not anything super crazy. The one that people really pay up for is going to be the double die reverse 4 in this case. It used to be attributed as FS Fivas Stanton 801. It's no longer in the Cherry Picker's Guide, but you can see hugely doubled columns, super strong doubled columns, especially that second to rightmost one. But then there's also the third to rightmost and the rightmost sort of bay. You can also see it extending beyond the leftmost column, and the base is doubled. So there's only one example known, so it's quite a rare coin. The estimates that were given on coppercoins.com were like double or triple what I'm listing here, but this would be a really great coin to find, and I just think that there's some real cool rarity, and it's awesome how clearly the insides, the bays, have these extra columns displayed. In terms of some of the mint errors, we can see that this one was struck 70% off center, sold for about $50. But there's that zinc showing through, since it's just a tiny copper plating. That sort of gray colored zinc is underneath. Nice, the planchet just didn't get in between the striking chambers when it happened, then escaped the mint. And then this one, this is a little trickier for me to comprehend, because normally it's simple. It's like a second strike that's just way off center. So the planchet, a normal cent was struck, didn't properly eject from the striking chamber, and then the presses come down a second time, but it's unclear. There's not much of a second sort of imprint, so maybe there was, I would have thought that there would be an indent error if that was the case, but this one sold for $75. Error market has been strong, so this one's selling for $50. This one only being 50% more expensive. Well, this one sold 8 years before it. So anyways, that's what we've got here. Really look at this one. It's not a well-known or talked about variety, but it is one of the big ones that seems to be sort of a mystery because it's just not much is known about it. And then there's also these other sort of second fiddle errors, so to speak. But I think that this one also is pretty neat. So hopefully you can report back that you found one. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.